Hi there. Let's take a look at FET. We'll look into the weekly Wyckoff structure as well as the short-term trend so we can learn how to assess the risk of next price move, even if you're new to chart analysis. From a Wyckoff perspective, FET is in the testing stage of the accumulation cycle. In this stage, typically there will be quite a bit of up and downs, as we can see in this chart. This time, in this cycle, a lot of altcoins are accumulating at a pretty low level, sometimes even lower than the 2022 cycle. But in the case of FET, it hasn't really gone to the red key level of 0.052 yet. So as of now, it is still bouncing between the major support, 0.112, this orange key level, and the major resistance, 0.184, the yellow key level, right? So even with last week's price move, it hasn't gone outside of this sideways range yet. Remember, this is education content only, no financial advice. Weekly volume. This week, right now, there's still about 2 days left, actually almost close to 3 days left. The volume is only half of last week. We can understand why, because the economic data announcement from the US plus the Federal Reserve chairman is going to make a speech tomorrow. So the market isn't really going to make some big moves. The bulls and bears, they're not going to make some big commitment until those kind of news have come out, so they can sort of use the news to drive the market to whichever direction they want. So that's the current situation. Now, when we get to the micro view, we can see it has popped outside of the descending channel, but it has done it before, back in late May, early June. Okay, so if it doesn't really stays outside and continue in this manner, what I can see is actually, at this point, adjust the channel. Reason being, in the beginning, I intentionally excluded some of these spikes, the wicks, okay, that has gone outside of the channel. But when we look at the spike in May, as well as what we're having or what we're seeing right now, hey, we can adjust and see how that goes, right? Because if we line up the peak in May and then the peak in last November, okay, right over here, November 2025, and this May, June time, not here, right there, a few days setting the high around 31st and the 1st of June. So just pull it a little bit down. Then we have this wick here, this bottom here, and then this spike here. After adjusting the width of the channel, we need to adjust the center line as well. All right, don't forget the center line. And we always line up the center line with the most frequent candle head and tails. That's roughly where it is. It doesn't have to cut the channel in half. It needs to align to the most frequent candles, head and tails you can find. So that's roughly where it is. So after adjusting, it still makes sense, right? This whole period, starting end of March, trades at the stronger half of the channel. The earlier period traded at the weaker half of the channel. So let's zoom in to look at where we are now after adjusting the channel. Last time we talked about this uptrend trend line and the decision all the way, 24th, they decided to continue. And then 26th, the same case, the bulls managed to close above the trend line. But the next 2 days, including today, the price starting to drop outside of the uptrend. So that's the current short-term trend situation. It doesn't even stay above the 0.165 support level because there's a level over here that supported the trade during end of June. What it is trending towards now, interestingly, there's one over here. Let's draw it. Let's draw a line here. What I see is a descending triangle. Okay, descending triangle is a bearish sign according to the textbook theory. Okay, remember, candlestick pattern textbook definition may not be always correct. So don't blindly think 100% it is going to happen. All right, so other than using yellow, let's change it to blue lines so you can differentiate. So here, if I enlarge it, you can see, right, lining up the top of the candles, including today, and then the bottom of these candles. So what dates do we get? Let's use this one because that has passed. 31st of August. All right. So if the trade continues the gap between those two blue lines, by the end of the month, the bulls and bears have to decide, all right, whether they're going to break the resistance line or are they going to break this support line, currently sitting around 16 cents. Okay, if the FET chair comes out and says something that is enough to trigger speculation in the market, then these lines, all right, this date, we don't have to wait till then. But if there's no clear indication and the market isn't really reacting much tomorrow, then by March 28th, so by Monday, the decision would come in. All right, at best, it stays right at the tip on Monday, and Tuesday we'll know whether it is falling below this blue line or is it, bouncing up to challenge this 16 cents 50 or even higher. Okay, so this is a not very obvious triangle over here, but it does exist. And I'm just checking whether I've missed anything. Volume, yeah, continuously dying down. I explained in yesterday's sessions because of what's happening this week with a lot of economic data coming out and, the US Fed chair making a speech. The entire market is obviously, looking forward to find inspirations from those events until they make the next big move. All right, so that's why the volume has died down after last 2 weeks. So let me know in the comment whether you think this triangle, right, when we get to the end of the month or as soon as tomorrow, whether the support will be broken or are the bulls going to gain strength to break the resistance and go challenge once again the key level of 18 cents 40 because it failed a couple of times over the past week. Okay, and you can access this video earlier being a channel member, so join the current channel members now. See you in the next one. Thank you.